Hey y'all, my name is Jordana Valerie Allen-Shim. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm the writer, director, editor, and co-DP of Queer Isolation, and I'm going to show you how I did the dating app swiping effect in Adobe After Effects. So I'm going to start by showing you the scene for context. In it, Noelle is swiping through a dating app, swiping left on all of the men she comes by, and then she comes by this woman named Crystal, nearly accidentally swipes past her, stops for a moment, and then her mom startles her and she accidentally swipes left on Crystal's profile. So let's start with a new composition. We'll name it Dating App. I set my aspect ratio to 9:16, similar to the aspect ratio of a lot of phone screens. Set the frame rate to 120, since we're trying to get a very clear, quick motion. Now that we have a new composition, let's bring in our assets. In this case, a green check mark and red X that I stitched together in Photoshop, and some profile photos I used the elliptical tool in Photoshop to make circles. First, let's drop the image that'll be there for the entire clip, the check mark and X. Obviously, that's way too big, so I'm going to bring down the scale to 14. Then let's bring in the first profile picture we'll see up, also scale it down to 14. Now let's bring in the second photo and link it to the first photo we'll see. This is essential because it means that the second photo will move along with the first. Next, let's adjust the position on that second photo. You can either drag it here or use the X-axis in position to move it to the right, which is where it'll come in from. Now we're going to add the rest of the pictures and place them one after the other based on what order they're going to appear on screen. Again, either drag them or use the X-axis in position. Now comes the fun part. We're going to add our first two keyframes so we can start the movement. First keyframe is our starting point. Second is where we want the image to go next, in our case off screen, so that we can bring on the next profile. Again, you can either drag or use the X-axis. As you can see, the motion here is very flat and doesn't match what swiping actually looks like in dating apps. So to make it more natural, click this second keyframe, go to the graph editor, select Easy Ease, click Command-Control-K, and now we can see the keyframe velocity. Now we can change the incoming and outgoing velocity. Let's try this out. And that looks much better. So we're basically going to do that for the other pictures, but as you saw earlier, we have a moment where Noelle is about to swipe past Crystal, but then stops. For that, I did something a little bit different. I started the motion to swipe left, but didn't have her profile go fully off screen, then gave some time for Noelle to pull back the profile to the center by placing this keyframe further out. Then I left a lot of time for Noelle to look at the profile before accidentally swiping left. And we're good to export. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you to the Barrie Film Festival's Youth Virtual Media Arts Program, which is supported by the Government of Canada's Emergency Community Support Fund and Barrie Community Foundation.